What is going on, people? What is going on? Let me do this right here. So, this live stream, let me go ahead and show it to you, was presented by, there we go, the Money Mindset Program. The money management course designed to help you optimize your money to make more money for your life. Right now, it's a lot of stuff that's going on in here. Go ahead and sign up for it. It's 100% free. It's for you to optimize your money so you can have a relevant, peaceful, and happy life. The description to get this course is in the description. And also, it'll be at the end of the stream in the comments section. All right. So let's talk about the corporate citizen playbook. And one of the things that I think is part of this is just setting up and building out certain standards. And one of the standards should be that you want to win, that you want to do certain things. The first standard is the work. And this is something that we're not going to get away from. This is not something that we're going to run from. You got to do the work. Now, what is the work? The work is whatever is involved in you building out whatever thing that you want to build out. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel. What is the work of starting a YouTube channel? First thing you got to do is research. You got to pick a niche. And I know that many people will tell you, don't pick a niche, just start doing YouTube. And I can tell you from 14 years on YouTube, picking a niche is the best way to go. It's the best way to start up. It's the best way to get things running. So you're going to pick a niche, do a lot of research. And what is research? Research is watching videos and not just partially watching videos, but fully watching videos from the beginning to the end over and over again. And you're going to watch a lot of videos because if you want to start a new YouTube channel, I think you should do minimum 1 month of research before you even put your YouTube channel up, before you even begin making YouTube videos. Because this is the thing, we see these people who literally blow up overnight. And this is something that's very desirable. It's like, I want to have that type of attribution. I want to create this thing. I wanted to have it blow up, and I wanted to have momentum and power behind it right out the gate. And for some people, that happens. But for me, that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I'm one of the people that have to do the work, do the research. Let's say you wanted to set up an e-commerce site. Once again, the same thing. You got to do the work. You got to do the research. You got to do the research in e-com. You got to do the research in suppliers. You got to do the research. So the work contingency doesn't disappear because you don't want to do the work. Because literally, I can find several creators on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram who are not that big, but they have solid sound advice to put out. But because they're not that big and they don't know the art of creating YouTube content, TikTok content, they don't really go that far. And these people have extreme helpful value to help you grow your account. And it is one of the things I consistently see over. So the work is, and part of the work is no, I'm not getting into that. One of the things that I have to do is continue to do the work, continue to do the things that I need to do. And I'm not going to get into any of this YouTube, TikToky stuff because one of the things that I find to be really interesting is when you do the work, when you build out your stuff, when you do your things, when you do the things you need to do, you actually create a better pathway for yourself and you create a better situation for yourself. Because this is one of the things. Like right now, I am revamping the channel, I'm doing stuff, I am building out a lot of things. I am building out my business, I am building out the pathway, I'm building out the corporate citizens. I'm building out this stuff because one of the things that I see is to actually go ahead and do the work, do the things to build the business. And, just like it is for you guys who want to become corporate citizens, who want to build out, who want to do certain things. Um, One of the things that you have to do, let's see, we're in here, OG. The money management is soon. The corporate game is going to be clutch for the new tech career I'm starting a few weeks. Congratulations. I appreciate that because, the work, we just can't get away from doing the work. So, what is the next part of the corporate citizen playbook? Active steps. Now, what are active steps? Before you do the work, you should have a planned out agenda of how you're going to do the work. Let me give you an example. Let's say you start a YouTube channel, and I'm using that because it just fits. One of the things that you will do in terms to starting a YouTube channel, doing things and building it is you would pick your niche, you would name a few videos, and you would begin to actually create an agenda of tasks to be done. Tasks to be done. These are things that you have to do. And let's see. Congrats. I work as software engineer in the last 6 years. Congratulations. So you got to have the active action steps. You got to have the activity. You got to work on stuff. You got to build stuff. You got to create stuff. And what I found out is, and let's see, one of the things that I find out is that when you create a video, when you create action steps, when you create an agenda, this gives you power. This gives you power. This gives you a lot of power. This gives you the ability to do certain things. And this gives you the ability to create a more fulfilling system for you to get the things that you want in your life. Pretty much, pretty much. Thank y'all. I'm in the cloud. We'll niche there in time. The money management is basically my blueprint for my finances. I'm trying to get into the Amex ecosystem. And I will say, the Amex ecosystem is a place where you want to be. So back to having the action steps and doing the things that you need to do, that you need to build, that you need to create, that you need to set up. Because one of the things that I find very, very interesting is watch what I do, but pay attention because there are a lot of people who are concerned with what I've done to the channel by revamping, running people off, and resetting the norm. But once again, going back to action steps, I want to build more corporate citizens. I want to build out more stuff, and I have to be on a certain agenda. I have to be part of this new agenda of building, creating, and being a person who is part of the leading generation. Because number one, what I do, my actions, how I conduct myself are very, very important. So, one of the things that I'm going to do is continue to follow through with the action steps, understanding. Now, understanding, and this is something else too, and this is huge. Another part of the corporate citizen blue book is understanding that the beginning sucks. The beginning actually sucks. Doing the work, setting yourself up. All right. So let's go ahead and get rid of person, because one of the things now this is kind of a little sideways. There was a person in the comments who's like, "Where are the trash videos? I want the trash videos back, right?" And it's like, "Why are you talking about business?" Those are the type of people I am trying to get rid of. Let's see. Well, one of the things that I've done, and I'll explain Emporia Prime, was I was conducting steps to run off the riffraff. And for the most part, it worked. And it ran off a lot of stuff. My views are way down. And this is the beginning of a new process. This is the beginning of me doing something very different. One of the things that I see and, understand, I have an agenda, I have a goal, I have some thoughts that I want to build, I have some things I want to do. And, once again, to do these things, I'm going to need a collection of the right people, not the trash people, not the people who are here for excitement, not the fun, funky people, but I need people who are going to be here for the long term. Let's see. All right. So we had to do that again. But one of the things that I am not going to do is fall prey to trash content. I'm not doing that anymore. I want deputies. Let's see. Block user. You've been working, man. You've been working. This is really interesting. Like, one of the things that I wanted to do is set off a positive agenda. A positive agenda, do the things that I need to do to build up my presence, build up my following, build up people who want to participate in the corporate citizen playbook, build up the stuff that people want to do to actually get things going. And, it's very funny. It's very, real funny because with me getting on this path, um, I have a lot of people who have left the building. That's cool. You don't like the new content, you don't like the direction. That's perfectly fine. You can leave. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Actually, that's what I want to happen, because I want more people who are about building agendas, doing certain things, and being part of a different crowd. So, part of this is with the action steps, understanding, once again, the beginning. The beginning is going to suck. Let's see. It's very interesting. All right, that's cool. And one of the things that I find to be really interesting is that I am working on creating a positive agenda. And, you know, it's really interesting. It's very interesting, but we'll keep going on. The beginning sucks. The beginning actually is a problem. The beginning, you know, like right now, I consider myself at chapter one of the book, and it's really rough getting it up, getting it going, and working on certain things. And one of the things that I find to be really interesting is when you're doing your thing, when you're doing certain things, it brings a lot of attention. It brings a lot of attention. It brings a lot of stuff that is going on. Like, once again, this is my corner of the internet, and I'm over here doing things to push, to create a bigger agenda, to actually facilitate some stuff. Because let me show you some stuff. And this is kind of like a repeat, but it's going to be really, really good. So, and Co. So, this is a guy that I feel is very positive, and I'm going to do a lot of stuff like he's doing. I'm not going to do the same exact thing, but I'm going to do a lot of stuff that he's doing, that he's creating a positive agenda. He's working on his business. He's built. This is really funny. So, what we're going to do is talk about building businesses and setting the agenda up. It's very interesting. It's really interesting what's happening. And I kind of understand why it's happening, but we're not going to talk about that. As we build out this agenda, as we put things up, as we do these things, remember the beginning is going to suck. The beginning is going to be bigger. Um, Now, I'm not really drawing them out. Essentially, this is what happens. Like, once again, I did a live stream earlier today, nothing happened. And because I'm active, because I'm doing stuff, because I'm putting my presence out, this draws the unhappy, and this draws the people who are down and out, and this draws the miserable. Because once again, it's interesting because with the corporate playbook strategies, let's go ahead and talk about it. The beginning, it's going to be rough. The beginning is going to absolutely suck. And that's where most people mess up because the beginning is the part where you've got to buckle down, hold on, and work really, really hard on whatever you're working on. Because, like I said, the beginning is going to suck. There's going to be all types of stuff that's going on. There's going to be all types of negativity there. Because here's the thing: in the beginning, you enter into a space that you don't fully understand. And because you don't understand it and you don't know it, this creates a lot of uncertain energy, and this is pushes you. This really, really pushes you because one of the things that I find to be interesting is as we go forward, as we build this, as we start to make moves, a lot of people who are unhappy are just going to really come out. Yes, I agree. I'm in year two of my channel. It sucks working hard, and I know it will pay off. Yeah, because this is the thing, man. The beginning, and this is part of the corporate playbook, corporate citizen playbook. The beginning will always suck. The beginning will always be hard. The beginning will be a point where you're going to actually have to do things that you normally are not accustomed to, not really privy to. And this is going to open up a lot of doors. The riffraff have nothing else to do. Let the economy continue downward. If they still have access to the internet in a few years, they're going to be scrambling to find channels like this to find a way out. Once again, like I said, you know, as I've been saying, it was my intention to run these folks off, and I feel that I've done a really, really good job. And once again, we're going to continue on with the path of building this channel and building out the playbook and building out the system, because this is another part of the corporate citizen playbook. You got to earn the money. And this is one of the biggest problems that you will see um, on YouTube and on the internet. Earning the money, putting in the work, building the product or service, writing, doing all this hard work. And once again, it's hard work. And a lot of these people do not understand that, nor do they appreciate that. And one of the things that I find to be really, really interesting is you can be in your corner, working real hard, not messing with anyone, not calling out any names, not doing any things. But for some reason, people feel the need to attack you when you have done nothing to them. That should tell you that you are on the right path. When people that you're not messing with, you're not attacking, you don't mention their names, you don't know what they're doing, they're coming after you because there's something wrong with that person. There's something wrong with that person. And one of the things that I have realized that, you know, when you do the work, when you build out your thing and you do these things, as you get more and more in your groove, the more that they hate you. And this will be friends, this will be family, this will be coworkers, this would be a whole circle of people who just cannot understand that you are doing the things that you need to do. They can't understand that you are on a positive path. They can't understand that you are opening the doors to greatness. They can't understand that you're building and you're growing something and you're going to be magnificent. They can't understand it. They can't understand it. Because once again, what goes on this channel is what goes on this channel. Number one, I have revamped the channel. I've revamped myself. There are things that I'm not doing. And one of the things that I find to be particularly interesting, and I want you to stick with me here for a minute, that people who are not happy will attack people who appear to be happy. I constantly get people who don't understand why I'm not out partying and socializing. Why are you uploading the video, bro? You have a career. They just don't get it. And this is a big thing. Your actual paid consultant in real life. That's cool. Because one of the things is I've been here before. I've been here before when I started at Rent a Crate. I've been here before when I started at the Urban Pack Rat. I've been here before when I started this YouTube channel. And when you get in that beginning situation, it's just going to suck. It's just going to suck. I keep experiencing that, especially the last couple of months. The better and closer I get to my goals, I barely recognize these people, banshees flying off my walls. Once again, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Because here's the thing, you know, if you can get past that ugly, stinking beginning, if you can get past that, if you can stay in focus and if you continue to build, great things will happen for you. That's because one of the things is, part of being a corporate citizen is you got to be hard headed. Now, I'm going to explain that. Hard headed is you have a written list of agendas, you have a written list of goals, you have a process that you're working on, you're working on your things, you're doing your things, and you've got to be concentrated and focused on what you want to do. You got to be very concentrated and focused on things you want to do because there's a lot of people who are just not going to understand what you're doing. And because they can't understand, they're going to come up with assumptions. They're going to come up with assumptions. They're going to come up with all kinds of nonsense and noise. Because one of the things is, and this is something I've learned in my process, when people attack you, there's something wrong with them. When people attack you, there's something wrong with them. And one of the things I had to learn was to stay in my lane, stay where I'm most active, stay where I'm most clear, stay where I'm most effective, and learn to ignore this. Because one of the things that I have done with the resetting of the channel is you've noticed I've mentioned no one's by name. I've not gone after anyone unless it was a positive reference. Dan Cole, Justin Welch, these two guys who are doing it really nicely on the internet. I really admire them. And one of the things that you have to understand as you are working and building your product, your service, your website, whatever you're working on, that there's a lot of people out there who don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to be wealthy. They don't want you to be happy. Um, they don't. Because one of the things that I find to be really interesting is, when you're working on your stuff in a silo, when you're working on your products, when you're working on your plan, there's a lot of people out there who don't get it. I think when you're putting in the work, the reality shares the fantasy, the bums, or the whatever illusions of grandeur that they have in their own life. 100%, 100%. Because essentially, this is the corporate citizen playbook. You got to do the work. You got to show up to do the work. Well, one of the things is Dan has been working consistently. And Dan Cole, this is a great example of everything that I'm talking about. Dan Cole has been working consistently, diligently on his stuff. And this is one of the reasons, because like I can show you, because one of the things, let's see, let me get into this and let me get into Social Blade. And I can show you because this is one of the ways that I analyze people. When I look at someone, I don't just look at what they're doing. I go into their details, like right here. You can see Dan in April of 2022, he only had 2,500 views for his whole channel. For some reason, he had a 170 view drop. I don't know what that's about. But with Dan Cole, this guy, I've given much respect. I give him much props. He's been diligently working on his craft. He's been working, 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 working. Then he started to get some success. Then he started to blow up. And he's working and working, working. Because see, here's the thing. If you want to be one of these successful internet entrepreneurs, you got to work. Yep. Crabs in the barrel mentality. Closest to causing you friction. True, true, true. I have to pretend all the time I move in complete silence. And that's another thing that you have to do. You have to make your moves in silence. Because one of the things that I'm getting ready to do, because like right now, you guys can see what's going on. I've went ahead, I revamped the channel, I did a lot of crazy stuff, and this has caused me to lose a lot of subscribers. Fine, well, good, I did it. And you can see me in that beginning phase, and you'll get to see me work my way out. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, here's the thing, and this is something that you're going to believe. I still don't understand why Dan's content blew up. Is it just work meets luck and timing? Well, Dan actually has high growth on YouTube, high growth on Instagram, and high growth on Twitter. That's not an accident. That's intentional. Yeah, it's kind of crazy what's going on in the world today because um, one of the things that I have noticed is, and this is something that can be hard because I've been on the internet for a while and I've learned that when people are trying to draw you into battle, and once again, I used to be stupid. I used to be stupid, and people would draw me into battle, and I would just throw down the glove and we'd be duking it out and it'd just be stupid. Yeah, because this is one of the things that will happen when you join Dan's group is you will see what he does and how he does it. Because one of the things, like I said, Dan, Justin Welch, there's some other people that I'm studying, and I haven't got to a complete analysis. But when you do the work, like once again, we can go back to the beginning of the channel when I started with storage auctions. And in the beginning, it completely sucked. It completely was apprehensive. It was really, really hard to get rolling. It was really, really hard to grow. It was really, really hard to do stuff. And I just kept at it. I enjoyed the battles too much until I learned the battles took me nowhere I wanted to be. Yeah, that's powerful. That's really powerful. Because one of the things is like I don't care who it is, they can say whatever they want about me. I will not be drawn into battle because it's a losing proposition. Because when you get into battle and you start battling people, you kind of forget your core agenda. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. You ain't going nowhere. That's funny. And once again, we've been at this since March 15th, and we're going to be at 30 days of this week. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. It's going to be a long, hard road for me to get to where I want to be, for me to create the agenda that I want to create. Let's see. Vince, he leaves tons of breadcrumbs in his newsletters, Jacked and Stack. And he's talking about Dan Cole because Dan Cole puts out a newsletter. Thank you for that. So, one of the things that you will have to do is do the work. And Dan Cole actually has broken down his thing where he's not working a full 8-hour day, but it took him a long time to get there. And one of the things is that when I look at someone like Dan Cole, Justin Welch, or some other people, I look at the totality of their production. I look at what the things they're doing because Justin Welch, when he first started doing newsletters on LinkedIn, they completely sucked. But once again, the beginning is hard. The beginning is terrible. The beginning is a place that you wake up every day and you go to work and you start doing things and you're just like, this isn't where I wanted to be. This isn't the prime that I wanted. And one of the things that I've learned over the course of doing YouTube and doing the things, because like, can I actually? No, I can't. Well, Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me get into right. Let me get into my clinic, so to speak. And let me show you what the work I'm doing. All right. So we have 529 students in this brand new course. And this happened in the last 11 days. This is amazing. This is amazing. And, this is another signal that I'm doing the proper work, that I'm doing the right things. And part of that, of knowing that, because once again, you have the public image, the public things that are going on in the public, and then you have the back end stuff that's going on. Yeah, because that's how you got to do it. Because like, I'll show you guys something else. Let me get in there first. Like right here. At the beginning of this month, this was like 980. It was negative 980. And that's because a lot of people left. A lot of people didn't want to be part of what I was doing, which is all well and good, which is fun. But honestly, I thought this was going to take months to get out of that hole. And the way it's going, it looks like I will get out of that hole this month, or we'll see. We'll see. But once again, there are these little, as you said, I'm already seeing small rewards trickle in. And this is straight up what's happening. Pretty much. Because one of the things that I have noticed is, and I don't know if you can see this, but I look at this quite often. And this is 5/23, 2012. Um, my AdSense income that month was $519. I had 4,242 subs. That's all I had. I had 4,242 subs that year that I made 1.5 million. So one of the things that I look at, King Von. All right, so let's just go ahead and do that. Because I have people right now in the comments who are asking me why I have switched up. Someone just asked me, where are your old videos showing all the receipts? Can you use the search button? Those videos are still on the channel. I haven't erased them. But once again, this is what happens. Like when you're on that path. So when you're doing certain things, when you're living life a certain way, they will try to draw you back in the bucket. They will try to draw you back in the bucket. Yep, I have a brand new channel that's sucking ass right now because I've told no one about it, so it's not getting a lot of views. Most people don't have the tenacity to stick to things out. Pretty much, you got to embrace this because, like right now, you see that I'm smiling because I got people who are attacking me that I've never said. I've not said anything about them. I got people in the very comment section here asking me for, like, someone just said he got blocked. I didn't come here for business advice. I came here to be entertained. Where's the entertainment? They are demanding They're demanding that I go back to the stuff I used to do because that's what they want. Because they don't understand what I'm doing. They don't understand the new program. They don't understand the new agenda. They don't understand. They don't understand because they want to pull me back in the barrel. But once again, the YouTube channel is slowly turning around. My online course is blowing up. And I'm excited for the future because one of the things that I have that I'm making progress on is the embracing of the new agenda. Because, right now, I'm just seeing some stuff. I'm getting some feedback that lets me know that things are going to be crazy. To do more principle. Now, here's something that's funny. Someone that I blocked has created another YouTube channel to come back in here and to comment again. And it says, we don't want business advice. We want entertainment. This person has literally broke his butt to come in here and do this. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That I'm on the right path, because I have a lot of people who want to draw me back into getting, I was never big on YouTube battles. I've said some stuff about people and I've just walked away from the battle and I never got into it. But it is funny that this person has come to my channel to demand that I go back and do something that I have clearly articulated that I'm not going to do. That I'm not going to do, trying to make me go back to the old form of content that I said, this is what brings the crazy people. This is like literally, because I have adopted a new thing. Like literally, this is what's going on. Folks that solely want to be entertained and not the target audience anyway, 100% exactly, and clearly don't know YouTube is a business. No love lost when they get asked. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. Because here's the thing, we're building something. And I'm really, really excited because, I'm not looking at right now. Right now, once again, it sucks. I mean, I used to do live streams and get 500, 600, 700 people. And this live stream at the moment has 56 people. So I have gone back to the beginning and I'm working on my project. I'm working on my substance, so to speak. And I have people who are trying to drag me back to the BS that I said that I was going to leave, because the BS is what draws these type of people that you can't do anything with. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. No one wants to work anymore. They regret that decision in 5 years. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Jacked and stacked. Pretty much, Emporio Prime, pretty much. Life is best to have a demand skill that you use as a job and do as a side hustle. This is the way you can stack up and take your quality of life to the next level. 100% agreed. Because, we're going to get back to more of the goals. You must earn the money. Okay. This is a big, big issue with the internet right now. Let's see. People love when you shuck and jive like a clown, but once you become serious, click crickets. Pretty much. Pretty much. You must earn the money. In this right now, everyone is looking at, I'm going to call participants in the creator economy on the digital creation side, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Everyone is looking at these people with envy in their eyes. It's like you can get on YouTube, you get on TikTok, you can make a video, it goes kind of viral. Then all of a sudden, boom, you got money. And that's what everyone's looking at. And here's some, let's see. No one's tuning in because the content is boring now. When you were beefing with YouTubers, your numbers were up. Listen to that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. Hold on. Oh, I love to have 50 consistent folks on a live stream, but I hear you, it's tough when you've seen the big numbers before. But I got to do it. Oh, I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Boring. Once again, man. Once again, you see what's coming up in the comments. Got sent to the block party, pretty much. A lot of people are not going to make it in this decade. Now, I want you guys, you can actually see what's happening in this live stream. I have people who are arguing with me to go back to the BS, go back to beefing with YouTubers, go back to doing the crazy stuff that I used to do that I have said I'm not going to do. What's up, John? Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And, one of the things that I've learned, and this has happened with many things that I was doing, getting back to earning the money. You must earn the money. You got to show up and you got to provide service. Now, once again, starting a successful YouTube channel where you get a lot of views, you have a lot of people tuning in, that's a business. I have nothing against any YouTuber who can use the YouTube algorithm and make a lot of money. That's a business. But here's the thing. That is only a part of the internet. What is weird about he's actually helping the algorithm because he's engaging. Once again, folks don't know how this works. I know. I know. Thank you, King Nick. You see right here, the folks who are here today, I've literally had several people tell me that I need to go back to the BS. That talking about building businesses, about being a corporate citizen, about making $250,000, that's boring. That's boring. They don't want to do that. They want to just continue to revel in mediocrity. They can just keep playing around. Because, like I said, man, right now, I am really, really excited because I'm going to tell you kind of a story, but I'm going to leave some parts out. I was working on this project and I was working on this project for months. In the beginning, it completely sucked. It completely sucked. I had all kinds of bad things happen. I had all kinds of things go on. And it just never worked out. It completely sucked. I didn't get the juice. I didn't get the traction that I wanted. And I was sitting there, and about month 3, I was right ready to give up. And then I remembered this had happened before, and I just stuck with my plans. Once again, the beginning is tough. It's really, really tough. And I just did that, and I kept doing my thing, and I kept doing my thing, and then boom, it turned. And just like with that project turning, because like I said, I've only been at this new revamp since March 15th. In 3 days, that's going to be 30 days. I haven't really been doing it that long, and I'm already seeing benefits and I'm already seeing things happen. Probably every other day, Josh. They want that crack. Well, I want you to notice some about the Hellcat and Scat Pack audience. They came into the chat and they urged me to go back to the BS. Notice that that's what it's like. You need to go back to this, you need to go back to that, and that. I'm not doing that. Pretty much. Pretty much. Because one of the things that I have done with me and with the revamp and with the doing everything, all this stuff that I'm doing is planned. I'm not just like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And I'm going to tell you, stuff went really, really well with the money management course. They're filtering themselves out. I would say so. I would say so. Because here's the thing. Let me go ahead and tell you. Another thing with the corporate playbook guidelines, doing is better than thinking. And a lot of people spend a ton of time thinking about what they may want to do. They spend a lot of time thinking about what they want to do. They spend a lot of time thinking. Doing is better than thinking. Going ahead, building something, creating something, and actually doing it. Because once again, there's a lot of people who watch me and they have a lot of assumptions. Like, interestingly enough, because I don't watch the videos that lower class people to make about me, but I guarantee you, no one's mentioned that he's not selling anything. It's been months since I've been selling anything. No one's mentioning that. No one's mentioned. They're all trying to look at what I'm trying to do. They're trying to, and once again, let me just say this. I do not consume the content of people I don't like. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on in their life. I have no clue. But for some reason, they're watching me. Why they're watching me? We ain't fans. They ain't my bros. We ain't folk. Why are you watching me? Go on with your life. I have, and that's the key. That's the key. When you have the ability to operate in a solo frame, when you have the ability to do your thing, when you have the ability to keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. A lot of people can't deal with that. Not just winter is about to be a Siberian frost. I agree with you. I agree with you. Uh, I don't know what is going on today. Someone just asked me, do I have a scat pack? You show the picture of your scat pack. That's how I found your channel. I have never, I've not had an American owned car since the Ford E250. I'm going to be captain. Obvious, a loser is a loser. Let the bread and circus knuckle draggers return in their stadium seats and other venues of the internet. Do you, brother? 100%, 100%, 100%. Because they're coming out. I'm like, I've had to block like 7 people. I don't even know why they're coming here because once again, we're not going back to the BS. We're not going back to the crazy stuff. That's not happening. Stagnant people hate watching others excel since it reminds them they aren't doing anything substantial. I can agree. Because once again, like I said, I'm just here doing my thing on my side of the internet. I'm not mentioning anyone. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm not going after anyone. But for some reason, these folks keep watching me. I wonder why. I wonder why. Jack is that. Could you explain why aren't you selling? You just focus on giving away value. No. Once again, during my revamp period, I looked at a lot of stuff and I needed to, because one of the things was, and I'll just be straight up with you, I need to create programs and stuff that I can continue to sell because what would happen is I would sell a lot and then it would just kind of die down and run out. Like in 2020, that happened in 4 months and it just stopped. So what I'm doing is building something that I can continue to sell. And to do that, I had to revamp my whole program. It's like, yeah, I like selling, but once again, I'm not selling because I'm doing like the money management program. That's something that I can give away forever. And then, there may be another free product, but it won't be the next thing. And essentially, what I'm doing is I'm revamping, I'm redoing the whole thing. I'm just revamping it because, one of the things that I continue to see, because, like, um, with doing this and building out this thing, because what I'm seeing with the live stream numbers is a lot of those scat pack and hell pack people are seeing he's talking about business. He ain't talking about nothing crazy. I ain't interested. I ain't interested. And that's cool because I don't want that kind of audience. Once again, I can go back to my journal, I can turn the pages, and I can see evidence of me doing really good things with a small audience. Because once again, it's about the people who really want to do some stuff, people who want to learn, people who want to build. Because one of the things that I am finding out is I got to stay true to the plan because doing beats thinking. Like, I'm not thinking about doing these live stream, I'm actually doing it. And once again, just like Dan Cole, because I went ahead, I even went back all the way over his Twitter, went through his Twitter stuff. And Dan is a very hardworking dude, and he's just done the work. And that's why he's successful. That's funny. I don't have a daily journal, not at the moment. Most of the writing stuff is plans and things that I'm working on, things that I'm building out. So I don't have a daily journal. And we were going to talk about so much stuff because, like, I'm excited. I'm excited because it is April the 12th, right? And 18 more days, some great and magnificent things that are going to be coming out. Well, part of the reason that helps me stay focused is I have things that I can look back on. I can look back on when I was starting my YouTube channel, and it was tough in the beginning, and then it just kind of started to get more views. There were people in the resale community that would come over and watch. And one of the things that I consistently see is so many people who start on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook Reels, they will be in this spot and they will simply quit. They will quit. So for me, I understand that this is a necessary part of the journey. I understand that I'm going to have to deal with a lot of crap because the channel used to get bigger numbers. I used to have a bigger audience. And many people's like, his audience is smaller. His channel doesn't have the number. His videos don't get the views. Ew. And that's what they're saying. But I'm looking at what I can do. And people are looking at what I can't do. No, I have no books because, one of the things is that I stopped doing is I stopped making people money because I can mention a book, and I've literally watched this, and I mention a certain book, and I can go to Amazon and see the book sales numbers go down after I mention it. That means a lot of people are buying that book. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to work on building me, work on building my platform, work on building the things. Because, like I said, May is going to be crazy. May is going to be really, really crazy. And one of the things is I want you to understand, and this is, Southern upbringing. When someone attacks you that you've done nothing to and they keep attacking you, there's something wrong with that person. They weren't raised right. They just weren't raised right. I don't really think that. Yeah, because essentially one of the things is because you're gonna see and doing beats thinking. And the last part of the corporate citizen playbook is you got to keep going. Um, One of the things that I have to understand, because like that number up there says 61, it's been up to 70. And I have to understand that I have to keep live streaming. I have to keep doing this. I have to keep showing up. I have to keep building. I have to keep working. I have to keep updating the course. I have to keep going. YouTube pushed me one of your older videos from 7 or 8 years ago recently. Seems like they're testing. Could be, because once again, I've reset the channel, and this is why the numbers are low because it's kind of like I'm starting all over, doing some stuff, and we'll see how it works out. Because one of the problems, and this is a significant problem I have, is I have a bunch of people who are subscribed to the channel that want that raw content, which I'm not doing anymore. And once again, to be respectful and diligent, if that's what you're looking for and it's not here, unsubscribe and go on with your life. That's it. But for some reason, they keep hanging around. Yeah, you cannot take your chapter 1 and compare it to another person's chapter 30. You cannot do that. That's just going to really, really destroy you. Because one of the things that I have to do, and one of the things I have to realize is I am starting over. And I am thankful for you guys, the audience that I still have, because this will be month 1 in 3 days. So, I'm not going to do a Patreon. Patreon doesn't work for what I do. And that's a really good question, Aunt Johnson, because like let me show you something. Let me just get into something a little old. All right. So this is the old disruptive mail channel. Well, it's disruptive mail, the learning portal, right? Before they shut off my money, I made $55,000 in like 3 months. So, I've looked at a lot of Patreon people. I literally will make more money in 1 month than most of these Patreon people will make in a year because the way the platform's set up. So, you know, the Patreon thing doesn't work for me and my business model. So that's one of the reasons you will never see me mention the Patreon. I don't have cat. Well, actually, funny story. I don't have Cash App. I took the Cash App off my phone months ago. So let's see. Annette, I've been subscribed for a while and don't get noticed when you're live. Well, maybe since you showed up for this live, maybe you'll get noticed. I don't know. Okay. Because one of the things that I'm doing and one of the things I'm understanding is YouTube is a beautiful place. And if you do YouTube the right way, YouTube will hand you significant returns. And I've seen it. I've felt it. And one of the things that I'm doing with this channel is resetting it. And one of the things that I have to tell myself is I just have to keep going. I have to keep going. I have to keep building. I have to keep going. I have to keep going. I just got to keep doing it because, you guys, you see where I'm at now. You see it. And I have to look at, all right, I got to do this work. I I got to do this work now to get the benefits in December. So I'm talking about May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I'm talking 8 months away. For me to see the returns that I want in December, I got to go through this slow process now. Yeah, that channel is going to be about AI. I just haven't really done a lot with it. All right, Roger Marine, do that thing, man. Get that money, get that money. Sounds like a TikTok ban is imminent. Oh man. They will be coming because a lot of TikTokers are already over here. A lot of them have a TikTok channel and they have a YouTube channel, and they're making way more money with less views because that's one of the things that gets people caught up. If you're caught up in making content to get a lot of views and your shorts get a lot of views, you get addicted to that and you don't want to sit down. Like, you put up a short, you get a million views, right? Then you put up a long form content video, you get 2,000 views. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do that. Yeah, because like I said, I'm looking at December and I'm looking at 2024, but like, I weigh 250 pounds. And for me to get that is, I had to start working out and changing my eating habits and all this other stuff to get to that level. The new thing is kick. What is kick? Let me look that up real quick. What is kick? Oh, one of the things that I have learned is when a new platform comes out, that it can be like the Aiden Ross got 150. Aiden Ross in real life live streams and all this other things. Kick. We're looking at it. We see a lot of stuff here. But once again, what is my content? Is business, how the mindset is, money management. And all I see are entertainment and game stuff and cooking over here. So I don't know if my content will work on Kick. And it seems to be people, D-Boy King and True Story, rest in peace. We will see. I'll have to look at that a little bit later because you got to be careful. AI definitely will help you make your channel better. Former TikTok star. So he already had an audience. Okay, that makes a sense. That makes a lot of sense. Well, we will see, because one of the things is, all right, this is the thing. YouTube works for me. YouTube has been working for me since 2010. So for me to leave YouTube and go to another platform, a lot of former Twitch stars are making the moves from Twitch to YouTube. Not surprised. Yeah, YouTube is an amazing thing. Because, like, let me tell you, because, like, man, I have so many plans. I got so many things I'm working on. And Each thing has its sequence. Like, I'm not doing everything at once. Like, one of the things I'm doing is working on the money management course, resetting. Once again, I've only been resetting the channel. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. I started resetting the channel at the beginning of the year, running off people. I've only have picked a definitive plan for the reset recently, pretty much. Yeah, I'm not leaving. And I have to be careful because, once again, here's something that you guys have got to know. And this is something I'll be teaching later on. When you have a traffic source that, like the fact that I got 500, and let me see how many people are in that course. Let me see. Let me go back. Let's see the students. I've got 531 people in this course that have only been pushing for 11 days. That's amazing, man. That's really good. And the comments I get back from the people, they really enjoy the course. They really enjoy the things I'm doing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited. That's funny. Yeah, YouTube, YouTube, excuse me, YouTube is a definite big game. Yep. And that's something else that I'm doing. I'm revamping the mailing list because one of the things is Hustlers Kung Fu started in 2014. That was 8 years ago, man. So I definitely, all right. Appreciate that. Only diversify if you have transaction and have the ability to maintain a bunch of different platforms. Otherwise, you end up all over the place. Pretty much. And that's one of the reasons I'm careful about where I go. Man, let me tell you, and you weren't here earlier, but I had so many people that I had to block because they were telling me business is boring. Being a corporate citizen is boring. Making $250,000 a year is boring. Bring back the entertainment. I want the funny videos. I want the cocaine and strong type videos. This is what they were telling me. They were saying, hey, Glendon Cameron, I don't want any of this business content. I don't want to learn how to be better. I don't want to learn how to build anything. I don't want to learn none of that stuff. Go ahead back to the way you used to be. That's what they were saying. What's up? All right. Let me go ahead and say something. There are many people who reach out to me via email, via Instagram, talking about how to build a business, how to create this, how to create that. And I don't respond because here's the thing. If you want to get on the phone with me and have a conversation about business, that's called consulting. And I get paid for consulting. So, once again, this is something that's going to come up next month, and I'll talk about that. How is being able to provide for yourself boring? Once again, I'm going to say something that's going to be very mean. These are the degenerative people of our society. They don't want to build anything, they don't want to create anything. They just want to exist and be entertained. All right, Josh G, you have a good day. Pretty much. Let me go ahead and I have no clue to what's going on with pearly things. I've not spent any time researching it. I've not spent any time investigating it. I don't know. And honestly, I don't care because pearly things sounds like some riffraff stuff. Once again, just sounds like it. I don't know. But I'm not going to go down that path of talking about pearly things. Well, there's a lot more stuff that's coming. There's a lot more stuff that's coming. Well, once again, years ago, I used to get up at 4:30 and do videos in the morning. And I had about 300 people watching those live streams. It was crazy. So one of the things that we will see, because once again, here's the thing, resetting the channel. And resetting the channel kind of gets in the way of a lot of things because I have a lot of people who want me to talk about things that I don't want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about. Like someone just said, please do something about pearly. I don't know what pearly things is. I don't care what pearly things is. I'm not going to have a conversation about pearly things. You want to know why? Pearly things isn't about building a business. It's not setting up a corporation. It's not about business credit. It's not about any of that stuff. So I'm not talking about it. All right. So let me just go ahead and welcome someone else to the block party. Yeah, I'm doing this business thing. Oh man, you can do so many things with YouTube. You can do so many things. The solution experience. Have a good consultation. Earl Nightingale is the truth. I have no clue. Because, like, once again, I'm going to be really focused. I'm going to stay on point. And once again, I don't care who makes a video about me, nor more than likely, I'm not even going to know about it. Because once again, I've turned off my filter that used to let me know when someone mentioned my name. So I don't even know about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to spend time on it. I'm going to continue to work on the things I know that work. I can't fathom these people not interested in learning to take action and building their own economy, allowing themselves to live in fantasy life. Reality will slap them in the face soon enough, pretty much. Pretty much. And like I said, that's why that old channel, I'm going to start talking about artificial intelligence and stuff on that channel, and I'm going to stay away from a lot of the AI stuff because one of the things that I have noticed is YouTube is a long form game. I don't know why I have so many people asking me to talk about stuff that I said I was not going to talk about. Talking about dating and stuff, like here's the issue with talking about dating and stuff. Um, I'm a traditional old school male, and a lot of people today do not want to actually go up and ask a woman out. They don't want to do that. I would say most people want to be entertained. I would say maybe 25% are interested in starting a business and 75% want to be entertained. And like I said, entertainment is not bad. There's plenty of entertainment on YouTube. That's why if you don't like my channel, go to another channel and watch some other content. It's quite easy. But literally, I have people who want to literally force me to start talking about crap that I'm not going to talk about. So it's kind of crazy. Oh man, like once again, if someone comes in here and it's like, hey, talk about this. Once again, I have no clue to who she is, and I probably never will. Oh man, tell me something I don't know. It's very toxic because one of the things that you will find out is your audience. Once again, when you build a YouTube channel, and we'll say this, you're better with a smaller, passionate audience than a bigger halfway audience. Because, like I said, literally in this live stream, I had 8 people coming in like, hey, stop talking about this. We want the entertainment. We want the cocaine stories. We want this. We want this. I even had someone that's like, hey, if you talked about more entertainment, you would sell more of your $10,000 courses. The people who like entertainment do not buy courses. Appreciate that. So, essentially what we're going to do, I'm going to continue to do in the past because literally, and here's the thing, this has only been happening at the moment for 27 days. This has only been happening for 27 days. So I feel that it's positive. We're moving in the right direction. And it's interesting because I can always tell when someone makes a video about me because this is when I start getting. And here's the thing, I don't really get a lot of comments. I may get one or two, which tells me that whoever made that video is not doing that well. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and share some with you. When I used to go block people and I would go to their channel, I would always see that they were subscribed to entertainment, rappers, fight channels, nothing of substance, nothing durable, nothing. They were literally attracted to garbage, literally garbage. And one of the things you will see is here is these people with the weird usernames and the weird viewing habits do not want to build businesses, do not want to escape the matrix, do not, they just don't. You can put a gun to their head and they still do not want to get out of the stuff that they've been doing. They just don't. And literally, for those of you who've been here for the longest, you've literally seen people come in the comments and like, stop, this is boring. Starting a business is boring. Being a corporate citizen is boring. It's boring. Making $250,000 a year, that's boring. Stop that. Go back to the entertainment. We want to see the fun stuff. Literally, this has happened today. Happened today. And one of the things I want you guys to understand, and one of the things I want you guys to acknowledge is I am building. Like right now, since I've been on this live stream, let me see. Let me get out of that. I've got people signing up for the course. Now, here's the thing. I only have that free course. That's the only thing that I'm really, really pushing. That's it. And once again, if you watch what I do, you can learn a lot if you watch what I do and you pay attention. If you pay attention, because I'm going to say something. Now, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to let that be clear and obvious. Oh, yeah. Because one of the things that I have learned is if you stay the course and do the right work, you can do magnificent things. magnificent things. And right now, I have a lot of people speaking about me, actively speaking about me, and I have not said a word about them. That's interesting. When I was growing up, it's like old folks would say, that boy wasn't raised right. Pretty much. Starting a business is fun and exciting, especially when you're making money. If some people are more interested in talking about drama instead of discussing solid business information to help to free them financially, they don't belong on this channel, period. That's what I'm saying. And like, once again, I'm not even being mean about it. It's like, you don't like the content? Go somewhere else. That's it. It's real simple. Just go somewhere else. But for some reason, they keep hanging around. I literally had someone's like, hey, I want the disruptive mail. Like, let me go ahead and explain why I'm not doing disruptive mail. I'm going to say something. There's a group of men who were more adamant, more prosperous, but the average person doesn't have the mental strength to do the things I suggested. They just simply don't have it. And I consistently kept seeing this. And, Alan Roger Curry, rest in peace, we had some conversations about that. And one of the things is, you know what? If I was to do some disruptive mail stuff, I would start a new channel and wouldn't tell nobody because I would have to get a better audience. And in the male content space, when you see lying to women, tricking women when a woman fails, it's really the manosphere is quite toxic. It's quite toxic. Once again, I can show you the course. Let's see, where is it? Uh, for the LinkedIn stuff, it's not a YouTube channel. It's actually a website. And I'm going to put this in here. Once again, if that's something you want to do, you got to find out for yourself. All right, here is this is where I bought the LinkedIn marketing course. Go ahead to his site. You may have a promo deal where you can get it a little cheaper. It only cost me $120. Just go to that site and you can get the LinkedIn stuff because I got to go through the course again once I create my new LinkedIn page. It's become feminine pretty much. I'm like, I don't really want anything to do with it. I don't really want anything to do with it. So I'm not getting back into the dating world or dating topics. I'm going to leave that alone because essentially I'm going to stick with the business. It's toxic because that audience doesn't get women like they say they do. Pretty much. Yeah, check it out because he has the course. He has a lot of really good information. You can learn a lot just watching him. Yeah, that audience is. I appreciate that. That's not dumb. Yeah, LinkedIn is like business social media. Very much, it's becoming that way if you know how to use it. Because I'm gonna start doing the LinkedIn page. I got so much stuff to do, but I got to do it in order. Because here's the thing: revamp this channel. That's working. I've got the data to say that's working. And once again, today was just kind of crazy that I had all these people saying, you should make this kind of content. You should bring the dating channel back. You should do all this other stuff. And these people were 100% raising their hands saying, I am not interested in starting the business. Give me trash, Glendon Cameron. Give me trash. And that's one of the things I keep seeing because um, as I go ahead and build out some stuff and then get things going, you're going to see some more changes. You're going to see some more opportunities. It's coming, but I have to do this stuff systematically. Systematically. So, one of the things that we need to do, dang man, that's messed up. That's messed up film production secrets. Well, once again, you got to put that together. You got to put that together. Yep. You got to build the life you want because one of the things that I'm seeing consistently, like today, was somewhat staggering because I've not had that many comments talking about bring the old content back. And here's the thing: these people cannot search. These people cannot use the current databases to build because essentially those old videos are on the channel. All you got to do is look for them. All you got to do is look for them. That's all you have to do. So, all right, we've been at this an hour and 30 minutes. There will not be a live stream tomorrow, but go ahead and get the Modern Money course. It's free. The link is under the description and it should be in the first comment once I'm done. So, thank you for joining me today. Let me I've never bragged about owning a scat pack. I've not owned an American car in since the Ford E250. That's just crazy. I don't know where these folks are coming from, but hey, that's all I got today. You folks have a great evening, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, and be sure to get the money management course.